Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Sit down.
You're out of line and an embarrassment.
Sit down and don't play this stuff.
The next shooting is right now, and you are doing nothing.
No, he needs to get his ass out of here. This isn't the place to talk this over.
This is totally predictable when you...
Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Please leave this auditorium. I can't believe you're a sick son of a bitch that would come to a deal like this to make a political issue. It's on assholes like you. Why don't you get out of here?
You have been watching a news conference a couple miles from where I'm standing featuring Texas Governor Greg Abbott, confronted at the end of his remarks by Beto O'Rourke. We could not make out what Mr. O'Rourke was saying, but some profanity from the stage from the deputy governor, the lieutenant governor of Texas. We presume the issue was over a key question from the press conference. Governor Abbott said in private to law enforcement and recounted the story to the public. What is the problem? And his answer,
you are crying as we speak.
His answer was mental health, not guns.
Are broken.
Let's listen back in. Governor Greg Abbott is addressing the crowd once again.
To heal those broken hearts. We all, every Texan, every American has a responsibility where we need to focus not on ourselves and our agendas. We need to focus on the healing and hope that we can provide to those who have suffered unconscionable damage to their lives and loss of life. We need all Texans to, in this one moment in time, put aside personal agendas, think of somebody other than ourselves, think about the people who were hurt, and help those who have been hurt. And this time, Lieutenant Governor will speak.
I was just about to say that there will be plenty of time.
We're going to cut back in here as the Lieutenant Governor begins his remarks. His earlier remarks directly to Beto O'Rourke, former congressman now running for governor from the great state of Texas. He said, "You sick son of a word I can't repeat, sit down, you are out of line." This a difference of opinion, you might say, in the most dramatic form over what exactly is to blame for the massacre in the building behind me and what exactly this community needs now. Healing for those who are suffering or a change to policy to help the next victims, the victims to come. Let's go now to Janet Chamberlain, who was at the press conference. Janet, you were in the room. My goodness, could you make out what was being said by Beto O'Rourke?
Well, I did see what happened just before the press conference started. I was in the third row on the aisle, rather, and there were two people across the aisle from me, and a moment before the press conference started, they got up from their seats when Beto walked in. So they were seat holders for him, and then he sat down. So his presence wasn't really noticed in the 15 or 20 minutes that people were gathering inside because he was not in the room. So this seems something very clearly staged by Beto O'Rourke and his campaign wanting to confront the governor at this moment. Also want to talk just a little bit about some of the new information that we have learned, and it is considerable. We did learn that we knew that the suspect had shot his grandmother, but the governor told us that that grandmother was shot in the face. Also, we learned that a member of law enforcement has lost a child in this, and a few more details just about what happened. There were two classrooms that were connected. The shooter was able to access both. And I just have to tell you that it looks like maybe Beto O'Rourke is being removed, or somebody right now, because there's a lot of commotion here behind me. But certainly a news-making press conference that is still going on, Tony.
Yeah, Janet, you know, to hear you talk about the seat holders for Beto O'Rourke, it definitely indicates that Beto had a plan to get in there and make some sort of a scene. We still don't know exactly what he said. So it was staged, as you point out. Of course, a press conference, which is what was going on the stage, is also staged. So some political do-si-do here in the state of Texas. Two other items I think that were interesting, that were new coming out of that press conference. You know what, Janet? We've got Beto with a scrum of reporters and some audio. Let's listen in, hear what he has to say.
Todo lo que es posible para prevenir estas masacres que tenemos en cada comunidad. Sutherland Springs, Santa Fe High School en el condado, acerca de Harris, en El Paso también. Tenemos el poder, pero necesitamos hacer algo en este momento. Si no hacemos algo, vamos a continuar con las masacres, como la masacre que tuvimos aquí en Uvalde en esta semana aquí.
What his exact purpose was there, but we presume it had something to do with gun control, a policy platform that is important to him and to many others in his party, many other Americans for that matter. Janet,